Hey guys, on this video I'll be showing you this pretty nail set with pink marble and glitter. I am now showing you that I already built the pinky and the middle finger with clear builder, and I'm gonna use Teddy for my other two fingers. The reason I'm doing this is because I wanted a nice pink color, and if I can build it, even better. And for the clear ones, that's when I'm doing the glitter and the marble on. So since this is not a client and it is my practice hand, I can go ahead and put on a little bit more than a thin layer to begin with. So I go ahead and do one layer, and I try to make it as even as possible so that it doesn't become bulky. And I will do the same with my index finger. After I apply the first layer, I will go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds in my IBD lamp, and then I go on to doing my second layer of builder in a bottle. Now, like I said, this is a mannequin hand, so I can go ahead and add as much as I want without worrying about heat spikes or hurting the client or making my client uncomfortable. But I do go with 3 layers. I felt like that was best fitting for the look I was going for, but if it's just an overlay on a natural nail, you can definitely get away with just 2 layers. Now I'll go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds. And this is the third layer I'm doing. I'm just filling it in, making sure if there's any bumps or imperfections, I go ahead and fill that in. Another thing about using gel products is I love using the little string part of it. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but like when you pull away from the product a little bit from the nail, it'll give you a little bit of the product in a string type of way, just like I'm showing you right here. And that's what I tend to move back and forth and up and down to fill in the center of the nail or any dips or imperfections of the nail, just like I'm doing right here. It's just the string that I'm carrying around, so I'm not really putting pressure on the nail. I'm just letting it lay and fill in by itself. That works amazing for gel, and it just makes it a lot easier. And I'm just tapping it because I want it to even out and to move, because this gel this gel it self levels. There you go, that's the word I'm looking for. It self levels within a few seconds, so you don't want to do a whole nail set and then cure it, because it'll go into the sidewalls and the cuticle area. So I cured that for 30 seconds and I cleansed it with some alcohol, and now I'm just going to file the nail into the shape that I'm looking for, filing the sidewalls, the free edge, and of course right on top I'm using my 180 grit file. I got this from Tony's Nail Supply in Texas. I order online. I love their files. I love big files. That's just what I prefer to work with. After filing, I use some alcohol, I spray it, and I dust off the excess powder. And now I'm going to use this Born Pretty Blooming gels. I have a white on the left and a clear on the right. I got these as a gift from one of my students. If I remember correctly, she got these either from AliExpress or Wish. So I am not 100% sure, but any blooming gel works. As long as it has a thick consistency, it will work and it will spread out your other colors on top. So I just do one layer. I try to make it as thin as possible because, like I said, this is a very thick polish and I don't want to add thickness to the nail, at least not any more than it already has. So I just do it very thin. I clean it, and you do not cure it just yet. You add the color that you want. I'm using jet black from the gel bottle, and I'm using a very, very thin brush that I got from Amazon. So you want to make sure that you work with very, very thin layers of pigment. So I applied it to my finger. I am working with a mannequin hand, so it's just what works easier for me. I don't like reaching over away and then having to come back. So I like having it there. And I just do kind of like, not zigzags, but kind of waves towards one direction. And I let the gel do what it has to do. It spreads the gel, and I don't know, it blooms it. So I just add more, and then I also do the opposite side. So where I ended, I'll add more, and I string it the opposite way just to give it more of a color, because it does tend to bloom away and fade away a little bit and give you that kind of gray kind of vibe. So I want to make sure that it has some hints of dark black, but not fully be all black, so I can give that nice marble effect. And I'm curing that for 30 seconds, and now I'm going to use the clear blooming gel. Now you can do all these steps with the white, but it's just gonna not be as marble or as sharp of a color. And I'm using Cuccio's. It's a gray color polish. I got this really cheap for like $1 or $2 when I went to Cosmo Pro. They had a whole cart of Cuccio polishes for sale. So I love their polishes. They're very pigmented and really pretty. So now I'm going to use the gray to kind of blend out the black, to kind of give it a little bit more of a 3D texture. Just adds a little bit more so I can give it more of a marble effect. Like I said, this is just the way that I prefer to do it, but there's so many ways you can do the marble effect on a nail. It's just, this is what I prefer, using the blooming gels. They just work amazingly, and they're gel, so they last even longer, so that's awesome. I also do go back with a little bit more black and add a little bit more black where I think I need it. I'm now using my favorite, I think, out of all the gel polishes in the gel bottle. It is this rose gold. I am almost completely out of this. My clients keep wanting to use this as an accent nail or their entire nails. So this is one of my favorite ones. I love using this on marble nails. No matter what color the marble nail is, I always add that rose gold. And this is the gel to top coat. I like to use this when I do pigments or when I do some holographic powders. I'm gonna use one of them. I got this one from AliExpress, and I'm just gonna put it right on top of the clear nail, just top it off. It's very sticky, so I really do like this to do my chrome pigments or my glitter powders. And then gently, after curing, because you have to cure it first in the lamp, and then right after that you apply the chrome pigment, because you do not want to leave it without curing. It will not work. And you do not want to cleanse it after curing, because it will not hold onto the glitters and the chrome. So you gently want to press down and then rub it in. I'm using a Morphe makeup brush. I think this is a full face brush. You can use any brush that is very soft on the bristles, has very soft bristles, so it doesn't leave streaks on the nail. And now I'm just topping it off with Extreme Shine Top Coat from the gel bottle. One of my favorite top coats other than the E-Nail Couture top coat. I love these. They stay crystal shine glass-like for 3-4 weeks plus. And now I'm going to put some crystals on my nails. So the way I put crystals on my nails is I buff the nail and I cleanse it with alcohol. Oh, and these are my favorite, one of my favorite crystals. They're opaque. They're like opal. I think I'm saying it right. I'll have the link down below so you guys can get it. In between any color stones, they look amazing. So, as I was saying, I buff the nail, I cleanse it with alcohol, then I put my favorite nail glue, which I'll link down below. It's from AliExpress. And you do have to work fast, but not like extremely fast where in a second it dries. So I like to put the opaque crystals surrounding the regular Swarovski crystal. So it doesn't matter if it's the clear or if it's the AB crystal or pink. I always like to put the opaque crystals in between them because it just gives such a beautiful look to the nails. So after I put the glue and I put the crystals on all the nails, I make sure they're fully dry, and then I top coat them without touching the crystal from the top. So I make sure that I put the gel polish, whether it's a matte top coat or just a shiny top coat, I kind of push it in towards the crystal so it can get in between the crystals. And then if I need to, I'll grab a very thin brush like the previous one I showed you I did the marble nails with, and I'll grab some top coat with that, and I'll go around the cuticle area to make sure that they're sealed and hold and good to go. I cure the nails, and I kid you not, they last 3 to 4 weeks. I've never had issues with my clients losing crystals this way. And the best part is it doesn't leave the crystals looking like they're drowning, because sometimes some crystals look like they're drowning in top coats, or they look like they're drowning in gel and hard gel when they use hard gel to do the nails. But this way they look like they're floating on top of the nail, and it's really pretty and they last. Now when I do a full nail, that's a totally different thing and a different process. I'll be doing a video on how I do a full nail of crystals that last forever, that you have to pry them off your client's nails. So the pencil I'm using is a wax pencil. I got this pencil from AliExpress. Amazon has them, Wish has them, a ton of beauty stores have them as well. I'll put a link if I find something similar to them, or if I find the one where I got them from. If you're interested in getting them, definitely recommend them. You sharpen them just like a pencil and it lasts forever. I've bought so many packs and I would give them to my students as like a gift, like here you go, learn how to do crystals, here's your present. So they're awesome to have, and they're very, very inexpensive. You can get 2 or 3 for a few dollars. It's really not bad. And on this nail I decided that I needed more bling, because you know, you can never have enough. So I just added more to the nail. Now that the nails are fully dry, I'm using one of my favorite top coats, which is shiny gel top coat. And like you will see is I'm sort of pushing it into the crystals, not crazily overwhelming to the point where it goes above and fully immerses the crystals, because you don't want to lose that, you know what I mean? You want them to be floating on the nail. You don't want them to look like they're sinking at all. So I'm just getting this around that part of the nail, and if I needed to, I would definitely grab a skinnier brush to go around them. But like I said, this is just a mannequin hand, so I don't need to be that detailed, at least when it comes to adhering the crystals. After that, I cure for 30 seconds, and I just put cuticle oil so that when I take the pictures, they look really nice and hydrated and not dry at all. But this will be the final look. I really do hope you guys like this video, and if there's any other type of video you would like to see, stick around. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and go ahead and put the notification on so you can see anytime I upload. Thank you guys so much.